What's going on, guys? MajorLeaugeShooter here. In this video I'm going to be installing the Glock Store base plate for the Glock 34 magazine, which once it's complete is going to look like this. Because right now it looks like this, which is just a factory, Glock 17 magazine, which is the same magazine that's used in the Glock 34, which is a 17 round magazine. However, I live in California, so these are only 10 rounds, of course. But yeah, so let's go over to the table and get this installed. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm going to be installing the Glock Store base plate, extended base plate for the Glock 34 magazine. Once it's complete, it's going to look like this. And the point of this is for two reasons, actually. One, well, first let's check, make sure magazine's clear, pull the trigger in the safe direction. With a factory magazine and having a mag well on there, it makes it really hard to put in there. You're going to have to actually put like your palm in there, because the factory one actually runs flush and it's actually kind of deep in there. With an extended one, you can just put it and it sticks out a little bit, so you can it'll be easier to put into the magazine well. It's also easier to grab, so if you want to just grab it out, you can as well. But another reason for having this base plate is the fact that it's weighted, which makes it a lot easier to eject the magazine because of the weight on the bottom, and lets it eject out of the magazine well a lot faster and more efficiently. So set the Glock aside for now, because we're not going to need it. The only thing we really need is like a punch or something, because right inside this little circle right here, we're going to have to stick this in there. Some people like to pry it out like that. I don't, for some reason. I just like to stick it in there and basically use another tool and just pull it out, because there's like these little nipples, I guess you can say, that attached to the side of the magazine, which makes it basically stick there. I don't like those, to be honest. I think it's overkill for a magazine, especially a factory magazine. At that, I think it's overkill because it makes switching out base plates a little bit difficult. This is probably the most difficult thing in the entire Glock build series, at least in my opinion. But I actually have a little cheating way that I do, so let's show you how to do it. Alright, so like I said, you just want to grab your little Glock tool, put it in there, and you are going to have to slide off while trying to get the slide off of the little grooves. So basically, there's a lot of different ways to do it, to be honest. I just basically grab this and just kind of twist it off of that little rail while simultaneously pulling off, just like that, and it just unclips off. However, this does slide, so you can just push it off. I dropped the little internal base plate, but it doesn't hold on to anything. It just kind of sits there. So once you have that removed, just put your little base plate on there, and it just literally slides right on. You just grab it and you slide it in there. Until, now these things are really tough sometimes because of the little nipples, but once it's in there, it is in there. As you see here, it's not going anywhere. And the base plate is now installed. And okay, as you can see, now you can insert it into the magazine well. So very straightforward, very easy installation, guys. Well, I should say it's decently easy. It can be difficult, especially if you do it the traditional ways, which is basically squeezing on the side right here and slide it off. Or some people just stick their tool in there and pry it off. That way seems a bit harder for me, in my opinion, to be honest. So the way I did it, it just feels easier. The only problem with the way I do it is the fact that the internal magazine base plate that's in there, the little black thing that came out, as you guys saw, that's the problem. If you guys are not in the controlled area, there is a slight possibility that you might lose it, or you might actually get your spring to fly out, which is not necessarily a terrible thing, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but I don't mind doing it like this. It's just so much easier doing it this way, in my opinion, and I would rather risk, misplacing it for like 5 minutes before I find it. But it is what it is. This is how I do it. I like doing it that way. I've always done it that way. I've tried every other way, and like I said, this is the easiest way I've ever seen it. I've ever done it. Nobody taught me this or anything. I just kind of sort of tried it and it worked. So that does it for this Glock build, guys. So if you like it, you know, don't forget to, you know, subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. As far as the Glock 34 goes, it is pretty much complete. So the next video, which is probably gonna be on Monday or something like that, I'm not entirely sure, just to be expecting a video on going to the range and trying out this pistol for the first time. And then I will be seeing if I like it or dislike it, or what aspects of the firearm I don't like or I do like, so that I can make proper accommodations to myself. So basically, like, let's say I don't like the Talon grips or whatever, I'm just gonna take them off and stipple it or something. Or let's say I don't like the mag well or whatever, you know what I mean? I need to go out and try it out personally so I can know exactly what I like or dislike about it. But and I definitely will let you guys know, you know, this is a Glock build, but it's not perfect. Well, at least it's not perfect to me until I try it and find out if it is perfect or not. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. This is the last video before the actual range video of this Glock 34. So if you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And till next time, guys.